Why not just use an electric heater?
Right, an electric heater, so for every unit of electricity you put in, you're going to get 1 unit of heat in your house. It's pretty much all converted from electrical energy to heat energy. With this system, you have to do a certain amount of work, that's what the electricity is there for. However, you hopefully will get 3 or more units output as compared to what you put in. So it's like 300 times more efficient than your electrical heater in your home.
Okay, 300 times or 3 times?
300%, thank you.
Okay.
Yes. So that number varies, and there is a technical word for it that you will hear as soon as you start getting interested in heat pumps, and it's called coefficient of performance. So that tells you how many multiples you get. So a coefficient of performance of 1 is what you'd get with an electrical heater. So anything better means you're getting more energy for your electrical input. And ideally we want, the higher the number, the better.
Do I need to install underfloor heating if I get an air source heat pump?
Not necessarily, but it does have an advantage. So we have here some absolutely beautiful fine porcelain, and we're going to use this to demonstrate the difference between a traditional system, which is one of radiators, and an underfloor heating system. So here we have a cup of tea, and the tea is contained in a cup which represents a traditional radiator. If you'd just like to demonstrate now for the underfloor heating system, if we now pour it into the saucer, the difference there is there's a much larger surface area, and that means the heat is transferred faster. In other words, this tea is going to cool down faster. So the advantage of having the underfloor heating is the rapid rate and the more effective rate of heat transfer. So you don't need it at a very high temperature.
What's wrong with having something at high temperature?
If the temperature difference between the outside and the water temperature is much larger, then the coefficient of performance, or the C.O.P value, drops, which means it becomes a lot less efficient.
So it's easier to heat water to a lower temperature and use underfloor heating?
It uses less energy to do the work to transfer that energy into the lower temperature water than into higher temperature water, and it makes quite a dramatic shift when the temperatures increase. So even a conventional system that would be up to 85 degrees centigrade, the water in a radiator system, you would try to run it if you were using an air source heat pump at about 50 degrees to maintain a reasonable efficiency, which might mean having a few more radiators so that the heat is transferred more effectively to the room.